And you're watching Newsround live on CBBC. Don't go anywhere. Will it be Andrew, Candice or Jane? We've got your bake-off predictions and fancy finding this in your front garden. Now, if you live near to an airport, you're probably used to seeing planes flying above like this. Well, for people living near the UK's busiest airport, Heathrow in London, things could be about to get busier. The government has today approved a brand new runway there. It would be the airport's third runway and could allow 260,000 more flights a year. Businesses are keen for this to happen, as they say it will bring them more work from other countries and more jobs. But many people living near the airport are worried about more noise and air pollution, and some will need to move away because almost 800 homes will have to be demolished. Right now, planes take off and land at Heathrow Airport about every 90 seconds. For schools nearby, it can be very noisy.
When I sit inside them, I like them, but when I can't hear people talking, I do not like them. When the airplanes came, it makes lots of wind and I like the wind. When people are playing their games, they can't hear what their travelers are saying.
Heathrow has paid for this school to have special pods to keep the noise out.
Then when you go in it, it's like quiet, they're nice and warm and they don't make too much noise.
The runway isn't expected to be built for nearly 10 years, but today's news brings Heathrow's expansion one step closer. Well, for the full story on what's happening at the UK's biggest airport, then take a look at our guide online. Next, the biggest refugee and migrant camp in Europe has today started to be demolished. Thousands of people have been living in what's called the jungle after escaping war and poverty in their own countries. They were living in tents and huts in poor conditions, and now they're being moved out. It's a massive operation. Calais, in the north of France. Around 8,000 migrants and refugees, including 1,000 children, settled in an area nicknamed the jungle. The makeshift camp has grown over the past few years to cover about the size of 500 football pitches. Earlier this year, authorities in France said they were shutting the camp and an area was cleared. Now the rest of it is being closed down. More than 1,200 police are carrying out the clearance. Already, thousands of people have left on buses to stay at official reception centres right across France. Almost 200 children from the camp have been brought to the UK to start a new life here. Some people say that more should be allowed to come. Children are the only group allowed to stay in Calais. They will be housed in a special area of the camp while the rest of the jungle is taken apart. It's still unclear where the rest of the migrants and refugees will go. Some don't want to leave the camp. They're worried it means they won't be able to reach the UK, where many think they'll have a better life. Now, imagine finding this in your front garden. Yes, really. Simon in Luton was reversing his car out of the drive when the wheel went into a hole, a very big hole. After a bit of digging, he discovered this air raid shelter. Lots of homes had them in the Second World War to keep people safe from enemy bombs.
Might have gone down one of the flower beds, but as it turned out, the ground was opening up underneath the front tyre. Parked up, looked, and I found this massive crater in the front garden. It's quite unique, but if we can, I definitely want to keep it.
OK, cake lovers across the UK, listen up. Tomorrow is the Great British Bake Off final. It's the last series to go out on the BBC, and it's thought up to 15 million people will tune in to see who will become the ultimate baker. Will it be Andrew, Candice or Jane? We're asking you to get in touch online and tell us who you think should win and why. Now, there's been a lot of love for Candice from you guys. Hanifa says, I think Candice should win and probably will. She's been the star baker thrice. Bella says she wants Andrew to win because he never gets stressed out about baking. Poppy has it all worked out. She says Candice will win, Jane will come second and Andrew will come third. And Louie is another Candice fan saying she should win Bake Off because she has very fancy food. That's all from the team today. Newsround's back tomorrow morning. Goodbye.